video. Maybe a technical mistake. Give me 1 second. Let me just hold on. Don't go anywhere, anybody. Okay, that should have solved the private video problem. Play the video. Up, guys. I haven't started. You're jumping ahead. Don't click on the videos. All right, hold on. Oh, I wasn't looking. That would be interesting. So I've lost one of my videos. Give me a second. I'm just going to add it. Okay, guys, listen, it's 9 o'clock. Let me, first of all, I want to thank everybody for being here on a Saturday night or in the middle of the night. So I will say, hope you can hear me okay. Questions, you can send them to chat, and I'll answer them at the end. I'm not playing the video. Can you hear? A lot of lag. Yeah, we're using this Facebook thing because I think some people are doing better. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi. So there's really some big news for the community. About 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, Nir Lisker, who's a longtime player, approached me and basically offered to port the game. He started playing the game when he was 13 years old, like a lot of you did. And he basically, I'm like watching all the comments, scrolling by them. But basically, he offered to port the game. Oops. He offered to port the game to a new platform. So we've been working on this for about 4 years. We're probably about 70 or 80% complete. We're bringing it to you now because we're at the point where to have it really get finished, we need a lot more help, and we need to figure out how to rally the community. And we're starting with a Patreon, and we're going to be doing a Kickstarter, and we're hoping that you guys are going to help us lean in and finish it. The new game is re-architected from the ground up. It's all written in Java. It's truly multi-platform. It's true to the gameplay of Sanctum and the world of Sanctum, with all the limits. the the game is been designed to be mobile first. You see, it's in that essentially it's designed to be on a mobile phone or a tablet. It's designed for touch screens. It will also work on PCs and Macs right out of the bay. Possible to port it to other platforms that support Java down the future. Really, the goal is to have anybody be able to play Sanctum from anywhere, anytime. We're supporting a robust single-player kind of quest and puzzle mode that supports user-generated content, which I'm going to show to you today. It's probably one of the first things we're going to put up. I want to test that from a gameplay point of view out of the gate and make sure that it's working, because the real game's been tested for 25 years. We're not very worried about that. And the architecture supports true multiplayer play. It's designed to be people. And because it's designed to have multiplayer threading, you can also spectate, which is something people have been asking for a while. So, so I've got two videos I'm going to show. I'm going to put first and just kind of give a little talk over. I want to give you a little warning. All the 3D art is either free art that we downloaded from the internet, or it's programmer art. So the game looks okay, but it will look a lot better when we fund some art for it. And then I'm going to play the video straight through the first time, and then when I go through the second time, I'm going to pause it a little bit and kind of talk you through what the various features are and point out some things about the game that I think you'll find interesting. So are you ready? So what comes after Sanctum? It's my pleasure to introduce the sequel. So please welcome Sanctorum. Okay, so as you can see here, yeah, we've put it in a 3D model. The controls are a lot like Google Maps. So you can drag around. As you fly around, you can cast spells. When you confirm your turn, you've created guys in your Sanctum, or your opponent has. You summon the skeleton. Skeleton comes out of the ground. It's pretty cool to find for free on the. And then when you fight, we zoom in. The cameras fly around. We've got a camera fly around editor, and the guys fight. Now the fighting will be a lot faster than this, obviously. So sorry you can't see the video. That sucks. But here we see the dwarves whacking away on the skeleton, and one's okay, and we're back to our global view, and we can go see the corpse of our enemies, which is always fun, right? We don't want to see this. We're gonna go back. We're gonna add another video. So, woo, Sanctorum, thank you. So, I'm going to upload these videos to the site right after this, so you can look at them at your pleasure, and you can not deal with the lag issues of Facebook. Boy, we've got like 25 people here. I'm so pleased. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna now the other feature. Okay, so so we're back in the view. This is a familiar looking view, right? We're looking at our Sanctum. We're using the Sanctum logo to represent Sanctums. Just wanted to point out a couple of things. When you select a square, down across the bottom, there's a little context bar that's going to show you what's there. So I've clicked on this square. There's a structure there, so you can see the little house at the bottom, and there's the planes there. If I were clicked on a lava square, it would show lava instead of planes. Text down there across the bottom. That little blue square you see there with all the little colored dots in it, that's a map. So when we start playing 12-player games on bigger maps, you're going to orient it on this little screen. So we've always got this map that they can go to. They can get oriented. They can fly anywhere they want in the world with the omniscient viewpoint that you have in Sanctum. And then those the red and the blue squares are actually your player examination squares. In this game, we're the blue player else across the top there. Yeah, 12-player games are going to be insane. So one of the things that's important for a 12-player game is we're supporting correspondence mode. So you can you can play one turn every 12 hours. You could play one turn every 24 hours. And you could play that 12-person game on your own board for the next 2 years. And you can play for 5 minutes a day. What we're trying to do is get rid of the problem of people having to figure out whether the game's going to take an hour or 2 hours. If you want to, in the middle of the game, you're going to be able to say, hey, let's move this to correspondence mode. I've got to go, but I'd like to keep playing. And, you know, we want Sanctum to be available to people with less time. Now, in order to, you know, we're trying to build this so that we can keep it going with a very small team. With the problems we had at Digital Addiction was by the time we got going, you know, we really needed a 10-person team to support it. So it's a much simpler architecture. So one of the things we've done is we've created a way for the community to do community-created content, okay? And that's what I'm going to show you now. And like I was saying earlier, I think it's going to be one of the first things we ship as a small shipment before we go commercial with the game. Just Josh, nothing's really happening yet because I'm just talking, but so I'm going to play this video, and I may pause it as we go along. So what we're doing here, first of all, you'll see this will look familiar to you. This is how you create novices. This should look pretty familiar. Boop, 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 boop. You know, 2 swordsmen, 2 archers. Now we've got a group of 4 dwarves, right? And now we're in, now we're in Lord of the Universe mode. So you can see near selecting different terrains here, and the map is changing as we go along, and you know, and the other thing is that you can add a structure. We just added a town. We're going to add a group here. It's a neutral group because it's white, but we could go in there and edit the group and add more guys. Oh, and now when the video's done, and it goes on to the stupid thing that Facebook insists that I play. So give me 1 second. Yeah. So movement orders for people, and basically what you're going to be able to do is go edit your own board. So you can say, okay, I want to build a 12-person board. I want to put some treacherous traps in there. I want to put some monsters in there, and then you can use that to build either single-player modes or, you know, boards to play with your friends when you want to have fun on your own and kind of create in the world of Sanctum. Okay, so so that's what I've got to show today. I'm hoping by now you all are wondering, like, okay, what can I do to help make this a reality? So one thing I wanted to say is I hope everybody will keep feeding me all the great ideas you've been feeding us in the Facebook group. You know, you can see that the game is pretty far along, but what I would call the wraparound functions of Sanctum and the economy and the ecology, the ecosystem that it exists in, is not developed. Yeah, the video should be able to be rewatched, Corey. Sorry about that. So that's actually really helpful. I'm literally using those conversations to steer what I'm going to do with the game. And you guys have played a lot more of these games over the past 20 years than I have. So I'm very deeply grateful to all the feedback everybody's giving us. I'm going to be posting a list of jobs and roles that we will be looking for help with. And for volunteers, and some of them will need groups of volunteers. Some of them we're looking for special skill sets. And we would love to have your help if you think you can help. And then the other thing that's really important is we'd love you to join our Patreon. So if you go to sanctorum.com, yes, we have that domain name, you will find a link to a description of what's about here and a link to the Patreon. The Patreon, for now, all the money goes directly to Nir, who's working on this full time and has been for a while. And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting till we were ready to do a Kickstarter, and we think we really need art to do a Kickstarter. So what we decided to do was launch this Patreon. All of your Patreon contributions will count towards the Kickstarter when we launch it, okay? And I want you guys to know all of the patrons of the Patreon can right now reserve your username forever in Sanctorum, or any, whatever username you want in Sanctorum, but I'm hoping most of you will take your new usernames from Sanctum over to Sanctorum. And then you will also, when we get there, we are going to issue a one-time patron card that you can't get any other way from having been a patron and being an early supporter of the game. So that's what I've got so far. I think this environment here on Facebook is weird and glitchy. So I could take some questions here for people that aren't ready to move over to the Great Hall, but then if you want to, you could also just retire to the Great Hall, and we'll meet you over there. And I'm happy to chat all night and answer questions. Okay, so if you have questions, just go ahead and chat. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes and answer them if we get them. And otherwise, I'll see you guys in the Great Hall. Oh, you know what? One more thing. It'll be posted in the Facebook group, Mitchell. Thank you. That's a great question. Yeah, we're using the Facebook group for all the channel at this point. Probably less glitchy in the hall. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jeff. Listen, I want to thank. So first of all, I want to thank everybody who I'm from the original Digital Addiction team, to the friends and family investors, to the angel investors, to the guys at Nioga who took over and kept this thing going for years and years and years, and did expansion sets and bled for it. And I want to thank Jeff Lewis. We wouldn't be here without him. And I really want to thank Nir, my partner in doing Sanctorum. It's been an incredible collaboration, and he's an amazing guy. It's a miracle that he showed up when he did and has done what he's done. So yeah. So the Great Hall conversation, yes, we will try and save and post that. Okay. If you want to, I can show the videos again for the people that missed it. Yes, there is going to be a community creations type options where people can post boards for other people to use. That may take a little while, but yeah, we're definitely, that's the point of it, really. And early on, if people design interesting puzzles, we may use that for the single player game as we're getting going. I'm gonna go ahead and try and make the videos go again, but if it doesn't work, as soon as I hang up here, before I go to the Great Hall, I will just post them to the Facebook group. Okay. Results with the Facebook watch party. I thought this would be a good way to do it. I think it's a little. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you in the Great Hall. Are people watching the videos now? I'll show them one last time. Yeah, right? Excellent. Creating some guys. So by the way, it's the game supports right now both drag and drop, but it also supports point and click, which is better for mobile because your fingers would be in. Oh, sure. I'll talk. So I'll play them again and talk through it one more time. Hold on. So this is the editor mode. All right, talking through it one more time. So this is a familiar view in Sanctum. That blue building there is your Sanctum, those white neutral towns. Basically, it's mobile first. You can see this is designed to be done on a smartphone. It's designed for a touch interface. The interface works a lot like Google Maps. So you drag the board to do it. You can rotate your fingers to rotate the board. When you zoom in, you get more detail. You can see the 3D coming into focus here. And when you come in, it'll move from a one big guide. You'll be able to see your groups down here, which we show later. I love that void with the stars coming through. Here we are casting a skeleton. And we're going to confirm our move, and the camera will fly over to look at the action. Here's a new group that got created, and there's a skeleton next to him. So you know what they do in Sanctum when that happens. Those guys are going to turn around and fight each other. So in goes the camera with little camera editors, and they run up to the edge, and they fight with each other. They had to do a lot of work here to figure out like how to make sure that people weren't being affected by the terrain effects of their like the square they're not in while they're being fought. So we got mode for that. We need to create some art for, and you know the world scales. You know one of the big problems we had to solve is how do you get this on a little screen, and how do you Pokemon editor battle music. Totally right, exactly. This game is actually I play a lot of Pokemon Go with my sons, and I realized that there's a lot of Pokemon Go influence on the touchscreen. So this is the creation of novices into recruits. So you just click on the guys and turn them into archers or swordsmen. It's very simple, right? And then this is your super user editor mode, and this is where we're going to be having users create their own content, and we're going to use this as our editor to create puzzles and single-player adventures for people as they're learning Sanctum. So we won't just have one tutorial that people play once and go, I never want to do that again. The idea is to be able to create worlds of Sanctum where you can add extra towns or subtract towns, and you can add extra groups, challenges, where there's victory conditions, like that get a group into that town, or kill everybody, whatever it is. So okay, so that's all the video presentation for tonight. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go post the videos, and then I'm gonna see you in the Great Hall. All right, thank you guys.